Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Ash Wednesday. This beautiful day of penance marks the beginning of the 40-day journey with Jesus Christ to root out our pride, to root out our sinfulness, so that we will not go back to our former habits. You know, it takes about 40 days to do all that. It's not easy. You know, switching or turning or converting is not a light switch. It's not like, okay, you know, I have problem with pride. I have problems with anger. I have problem with lust. It's not like switch on, switch off now. It takes a process. It takes a journey with Jesus. He's going to teach us how to do this. You know, teach a man to fish. He eats for a lifetime. If you just give him a fish, he just eats for the day. So Jesus is teaching us. He's forming us. He's educating us on gospel values of who we are, how we are made in his image and likeness, to know our Achilles heel when the devil tries to trip us. What are those areas in our life that need to be rooted out? Lent is a perfect time. That's why I call it a spiritual boot camp. That's why it's a beautiful retreat, but not a retreat that's not going to be, come on, we have to work. Because people say retreat, well, it's a retreat. It's just I'm going to get my prayer book and just sit and, well, yeah, it's both and. It's a retreat is both a reflection and self-examination and a determination of to leave things behind and walk the path with Jesus without returning back to our former ways. I know we talked about this for a few days now, and I think we need to because it's very important. You know, we need to go to confession. Make confession part of your Lent. When was the last time you went to confession? Let's work on that. Let's make a very good confession. Do a deep cleaning, like I said. Go to confession. Find out what Jesus is asking you not to return to. I mean, he doesn't want you to return to sin. Absolutely not. Some things are just easily attained by his grace. Other things, you know it takes you more of a struggle. That's part of this journey of Lent. Because he's going to teach you how to get rid of it and not to return back to it. So the gospel today was what? About prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Not to do it in public, not to let everyone know that you're praying. Now, the Jewish faith and the Catholic faith, they are similar in some ways, but they are different in other ways. We have to be very careful in understanding what Jesus is talking about praying publicly. Have you ever been to Jerusalem? So you know what Jesus is talking about, praying publicly. I was on the airplane and the guy 2 seats or 3 seats ahead of me had his prayer shawl on, and he was praying publicly. We all saw that. I mean, I was fine with that. That was, you know, but I'm just saying you have to be very careful because people may misinterpret that and say, well, see, just pray at home. You don't have to go to Mass. See, that's a misinterpretation. Jesus is like asking us to pray, but doing it for the right reasons. What is our motive of prayer? Our motive of prayer to give praise and worship to God, not to let people know what I'm doing, right? So that's number one. When you fast, wash your face, comb your hair, put a smile on your face. We're not supposed to be all gloomy, you know, that we're walking around like a sorrowful mystery. We're people of hope. We're people of the gospel. We're people of the resurrection. Although we're reminded of our sinfulness, we know that we die to sin so as to rise with Christ. That's the beauty of it. So to fast from those things we don't need. I don't need all this stuff in my life. I don't need the material stuff, and I don't need the things that internally distance myself from God. Pride, covetousness, lust, anger, gluttony, envy, sloth, bad language, foul language, slander, gossip. I don't want to be involved with that. I'm fasting from that, never to return again. And almsgiving, Catholic Charities Appeal, St. Vincent de Paul. Maybe you know a family, but you just do it and disappear. Be kind and disappear. You're kind, you're considerate to other people that don't have. So Jesus wants us to do all those things, but not to blow a trumpet and say, hey, guess what I just did? Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Just do it. And your Father who sees you will reward you. If you want people to reward you, then you don't need God's reward because you already got it in people. So prayer, fasting, almsgiving. Have a joyful 40 days. Go to confession. Try to go to Mass every day. Make the Stations of the Cross. Contribute to the Catholic Charities Appeal. Contribute to St. Vincent de Paul. Help your next door neighbor. Help a family member. All this in the name of Jesus Christ. Have a nice day, everybody.